Hi, it's Doreen, and happy 2015. This is your annual angel card reading, and I'm going to work this year with this deck of cards. After praying about what deck to use, this one came through very loud and clear. It's the daily guidance from your angels, oracle cards. This is the deck that I always recommend to those beginning with working with angel cards, and I'm obviously not a beginner, and I still choose to work with this deck again and again and again. One of the reasons being that even though it comes with a guidebook, each card has a message written so thoroughly on it that you don't even have to consult the guidebook. Just read the cards and listen to God and your angels. So as you saw, I've been praying over these cards, and I'm asking the Lord to send all of us guidance, lessons, and blessings for 2015. And I'm going to be drawing 12 cards and talking with you about this. But before I draw those cards, I want to give you some messages that have already been coming to me about this new year. One of the things they wanted me to remind you is that for those of you who, like me, are history buffs, who read history books, watch history shows, you've read the Bible, which is really a historical, beautiful book, and then other books going even farther back to Babylonian times and Egyptian times, you'll know that things happen on this planet. This is a physical 3D planet, and earth changes happen, people's egos come about, there's just nasty things that happen, and of course that's an ego judgment to call it nasty. But with the advent of the internet, we instantly know about what's going on in this world, and it can seem like more is going on, but I want to just reassure you that these are things that happen in the 3D physical plane. A lot of us unconsciously, or maybe even consciously, remember heaven as a place where there was love and compassion and mind-to-mind communication, and most of all, peace. There was no competition, there was no revenge, there was no that's mine, give me this, or violence of any kind like that in heaven. And on a soul level, we keep trying to recreate that here on the 3D plane of duality, Earth. This is something I talk about in depth in my book, Assertiveness for Earth Angels. But I wanted to remind you of this because it seems like right around the beginning of the year and then the end of the year, there's this perfectionism that we go into where we're saying, if this is going to be a good year, then therefore nothing bad will happen in the world. And then sure enough, some tragedy happens somewhere, not to diminish it, and there's this part of our ego that says, see, I told you this year is ruined. And we want to watch out for that. That's something that is, as I said, a ego-based perfectionism. It's unrealistic in this world to think that nothing's going to happen. I mean, it's part of the life cycle. Things happen, and unfortunately, horrible tragedies happen. And there are some people in this world who act in ways that the rest of us can't understand, that are very, very sad and very upsetting. What we need to do, though, is to stay on our own path while praying for all of those situations. And if you're guided to help in other ways, such as donating or getting involved, great. But mainly, you're here to be a teacher of peace. And the best way that you can teach peace is to be at peace yourself. And that means not letting yourself get distracted and pulled off the path by these news stories. Remember that news is a very yang, or the ego side of the masculine energy, because it's all reporting those competitions, it's all reporting the revenge and the plotting and the violence. And those of us who are highly sensitive, we need the more yin energy, the more feminine, sacred feminine energy, which is cooperation and nurturing and peace. And so the more that you can do things that help you to be at peace, and you know what they are, and your guidance is giving you this all the time. Eating well, getting enough sleep, staying away from negative people and negative situations, and really going to positive places, going outside in nature, spending time with beautiful, peaceful people, maybe at your spiritual classes, or I love yoga studios as a wonderful kind of temple, modern day temple you can go to, and really listening to soft, gentle music, indulging in arts and crafts, creativity, working with essential oils and crystals, and of course prayer and meditation. And all of these activities that you engage in help you to do your life path, your purpose of being a teacher of peace, of glowing, of being that reflection of God's beautiful light and love. And so 2015 is what they're telling me the theme this year is about taking action. They are telling me that this year you are extra intuitive, extra open, and that you are getting literal million-dollar ideas. And these ideas are downloading to you as answers to your prayers. Perhaps you've been asking for how you can be in a more meaningful career, how you can contribute to this world in a way that is important to your soul and your heart and helps others. Perhaps you've been praying for financial security or more health. The ideas are the answers to your prayers. They come as repetitive thoughts, ideas, or feelings that come again and again to do something, to take some action. They might come as signs where you keep getting told over and over again to read a certain book or take a certain class, or phrases come to you again and again. Those are like the crumbs on a trail, breadcrumbs on a trail, leading you to what the answer to your prayer is. And every person on this planet who right now today is enjoying peace and security and fulfillment and success, they've taken and are taking action steps. And there's nothing excluding you from this. I can assure you that all of us who take action steps, we wrestle with our ego too. In fact, the bigger your life purpose is, the louder your ego will get. So the bigger your purpose, the louder the fear is. So we can't let fear hold us back. This is a year of taking action on what is near and dear to your heart. And those ideas that you get, write them down, and please don't talk yourself out of them. Please don't think, oh, everyone knows this, or someone else will do it, or someone will beat me to it. No. If you're getting the idea, that's your divine assignment, darling. Especially if the idea is coming to you again and again. Look, it only takes about 5 or 10 minutes a day taking action to change your whole life for the better. It doesn't have to take hours and hours, and please don't listen to the ego that tells you that you have to wait till there's a perfect stretch of time when you have peace and enough money and you feel motivated, because that day may never come. You've got to carve out the time now to do what it is you know deep down that you are supposed to do. That's the secret I want to impose to you. I want to pass along to you, because this is a year of acting on those ideas. And remember, the ideas could be feelings, they not necessarily thoughts. They can be dreams that come to you. They can be something along the lines of you think, someone should do something about this. That's part of your assignment. You are the someone. So in terms of what they show me for the rest of the planet this year, they do show me that because 2015 is an angel number of 8, if you add up 2, 0, 1, and 5, it equals 8. And 8 is a sacred number of infinity. Since the time of Pythagoras, the ancient Grecian teacher who was in Egypt part of the time, was a teacher of numerology, and he was the first teacher to come along and say that this universe is mathematically precise. It looks random, but Pythagoras said that everything happens in divine and perfect order, and that all of the energy of the universe, he called it the music of the spheres, that's the music you hear upon awakening, the celestial sound, is all symbolized by musical notes and by numbers. He said that's the universal language. And he used to have his students meditate on the number 8. And 8 is similar to the Mobius twist. Mobius twist is a sacred symbol that shows that there's no beginning and no end. It's infinity. And 8 is the number of prosperity. It's the number of infinite abundance. If you need to manifest anything, meditate on the number 8. You can have symbols of 8 around you. You can wear a number 8. You can draw them. Whatever you want to do, but 8 is a ancient secret of opening up those pathways of abundance. And this year is an 8 number. And so you have great opportunities, but what they want me to impart to you is that it's not like we can sit at home and then there'll be some bag of money that drops down the chimney and there you go, like Santa Claus. It's not like that. You have to take action. Unfortunately, I meet too many people who complain to me that their prayers aren't being answered, and they're certain that they are the one special person that God is ignoring, which of course is impossible because we're all one. We're one with God. God could not exclude anyone, even if that was, the will of God, which I assure you it's not. We are all one with God's will, which is the support of you and of me and of everyone. And I know there's people in this world who are impoverished and starving, but we are here to help them through our own action. Our action helps others in need. So the action steps really involve you clearing your mind. Let's take a deep breath right now and call upon God and the angels to detox you of anything, let's say it's from 2014, anything negative that happened to you, because hanging on to the past assures that you'll keep repeating that in the present and the future, and you don't want that. Just because something happened to us in the past does not mean we're destined to have that happen in the future. Let's take a deep breath. Gather up all that energy you want to release, and on the exhale, we're asking Archangel Michael with his sword of light to cut our cords to old toxic beliefs about ourselves, any cords we're hanging on to old unforgiveness toward anyone or anything, any old beliefs that are not serving our highest and best good, letting all that go. And keep breathing. What else would you like to let go of? Taking a deep breath, and on the exhale, letting it go. And just keep doing that, my friend, as often as you need to. And if there's any troubling thoughts in your mind that keep coming back and back and back, call on God and Archangel Michael to help you to release those troubling images and feelings and thoughts, leaving only the life lessons from those circumstances and the love. Because in every circumstance, there is a life lesson for us to learn, especially the negative ones, so we don't repeat them. Once we get to that point, we never ever have to repeat them again. Yay! So, action, paying attention to your ideas, keeping your mind clear. A long time ago, I didn't keep my mind clear because I was afraid of my ideas. I used to get continuous ideas that I was to be a spiritual teacher and write books. And I want to admit to you right now that that frightened me and intimidated me. I didn't think that I was capable or qualified. To me, all of the great books had already been written. What could I possibly contribute to this? And yet, again and again and again, I got the ideas, I got signs, I got feelings. It was like I was being hounded by the universe to write books. I didn't know what to do. And so I clouded my mind so that I wouldn't hear this guidance. And so I would drink wine every night to fall asleep. And then in the morning, waking up all hungover, I would drink the strongest coffee I could make. And I would drink the coffee and drink the coffee until I was like this. There was a part of me listening to my ego that said that I needed to go faster in order to keep up with everyone else. I was in that competitive yang energy. And it's exhausting. It exhausts your adrenals. It affects your whole body. It doesn't make you shine or in any way on your path of peace. And so what I had to do is call on heavenly help and say, Dear God, and I worked with Archangel Raphael, whose name means God heals. Raphael is, in some religions, Saint Raphael, and is the angel of healing, emotional and physical healing, and he's wonderful to call upon. If you have any obsessive compulsive behaviors or addictions that are pulling you off your path or pulling down your self-esteem, because you see, when you're doing something that you know isn't the right thing, or you're not doing something that you know is the right thing, there's a part of your self-esteem that's not up there because you don't respect your actions. You've got to respect yourself by taking the action, even if you don't feel ready, even if you don't feel motivated. And so I called upon God and Archangel Raphael and I said, I've got to stop this. I'd been told again and again by my divine guidance I had to stop. And I did. And that was so many years ago that I can't even count. And I want to let you know that I learned, this is what I learned, is that I didn't need caffeine as my source of energy. That my source of energy, just like yours, is the eternal, infinite energy of God. And that's inside of us, free of charge. You don't have to pay for those expensive coffee drinks anymore. And you don't have an energy crash like you do with the high and the low of the artificial energy of caffeine or sugar or whatever energy source you're using. And I learned that I could stay really high on energy just by breathing in what's called prana, which is the universal chi energy. It's God's energy. It's everywhere. It's infinite. It's omnipresent. And then, because I wasn't all jittery with caffeine, I didn't need to zonk myself out with wine every night. And so I let go of both alcohol and caffeine. And my energy has been steady ever since. And if I need a little more energy, I will do yoga or exercise. Go outside in nature, or play with my pets. And so the same with you, my friend. We're all made equal. Detoxing is a wonderful gift that you give to yourself and to your loved ones. When you're happier, the people that you live with, the people who know you, feel happier because that happy energy is attractive. It's hardwired in us that we want to be around people who are peaceful and warm and happy. And you want to be that way yourself. And through the law of attraction, your happiness, your peace, your warmth attracts wonderful, like-minded people, that same energy. So this is your year of making wonderful friends at that level. People who, like you, are peaceful and warm and loving, open-hearted, happy by being that way yourself. And opportunities love happy people. And employers love to employ happy people. Believe it or not, I know you've had some exceptions in the past. I can hear you giving me war stories. But nonetheless, you attract wonderful opportunities by being happy. So make that your number one, perhaps your only New Year's resolution, is happiness. And keep praying. Let's do that right now. Dear God, what changes would you like to see me make to be happy or happier? And notice what thought came to you first. And the feelings. And those messages will continue to come to you. Listen to them, and most of all, take action. And if you're having a difficult time taking action, pray for help with that too. Say, please give me the time to take action. Please give me the motivation to take action. Please give me the money to take action. Whatever excuse your ego is trying to give you for not taking action, pray for help with that. They'll help you with everything. And remember, by you taking action, you're helping all of us, because you might have the life purpose that saves the world, that helps us all, that helps all the animals or the environment or children or women or men or whatever it is. We need you on your life purpose. Okay, let's turn to the cards now and let's see a peek into 2015. Now remember that we all have free will. So if you see something in here and you want to take it to an even higher level, pray for help. All right. And God will only show us what we are needing to know. There's 44 cards in here, and I'm going to draw 12. Okay, here we go. For January. The January card is beautiful because it is Archangel Michael, and it is, there's nothing to worry about. And I love that there is a dove with an olive branch here, because that's such a symbol of a sign of forthcoming land or peace or prosperity. So even if your prayers right at the moment don't seem to be answered, this dove with the olive branch lets you know that there's nothing to worry about and that it's coming to you in divine timing. And usually the dove means very soon. The dove is also a symbol of your higher self, of Holy Spirit, and of course of peace. And the card here says you are safe, and this situation is under perfect control of divine providence and universal order. It says only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into the situation to ensure that the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to and through you. So what the card is saying that the situations of January are definitely under God's protection, and keep it that way, because your free will does influence everything. God is powerful, but God respects our free will choices. Stay positive, my friend. And if you need help staying positive, ask for help with that. Okay? All right. Now, let's take a look at February. February is beautiful. February is innocence. Now, the innocence cards comes up. Look at this beautiful angel holding this baby, representing innocence and purity. So this can mean that you are detoxed or detoxing, but mostly this card has to do with forgiveness, and that's deep spiritual, energetic, emotional detox. One of the things the angels asked me to impart to you on this video was that you can do such a great service to yourself and by osmosis to your loved ones, those who live with you, by doing a deep forgiveness detox. And the method that I use is one that my dear friend John Randolph Price created. And what it involves is writing a list of every single person or organization or entity that you feel any sort of annoyance toward, any sort of unforgiveness toward. And your name will usually be top of the list on there because we get annoyed with ourselves. And go somewhere where you'll be by yourself. I mean, it could even be the bathroom. Lock yourself in there and go outside if you can, and just be by yourself. And take that list and one by one look at that list and say to each person on that list or each organization, I love you. Even if your ego's screaming, I don't love this person. But just say it. I love you. I forgive you. I hold no unforgiveness back. I am free and you are free. I let you go. And feel your body react to that simple statement. I love you, I forgive you, I hold no unforgiveness back. I am free and you are free. And as you go through each name on the list, you might feel trembles, you might cry a little bit as release, not sad tears, but just relief tears. You might feel shudders. By the end of the list, and the first time I did it, I think my list was 3 or 4 pages long. You feel so calm. There's a little bit of feeling spent and drained, but it's basically squeezing the ego out of us. It's like cleaning dirty water out of a sponge. It's just such a beautiful, deep clearing exercise to do. So you are innocent in spiritual truth. Any regrets you have, any guilt that you have toward anything you've done or not done, or that you're doing or not doing, please don't be so hard on yourself. February is Valentine's month, and it's the month to love, especially loving yourself, self-love. Okay? Love yourself as God loves you. See your guiltlessness and your innocence, and watch your energy increase as a result. Here we go to March. Ah, beautiful. Family comes up. Now this can be a very simple and basic message that you're going to spend time with family in March, but this card really goes to this. It says this situation that you're asking about, or this month, is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which the angels can help you to understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surround this person or these persons, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light. And remember, blue light, we see that whenever we see paintings of Mother Mary or visions of Mother Mary, and also Archangel Michael, and ask God to send many angels to the situation. Be open to the gifts within the situation and allow yourself to feel peace. So what this looks like so far is February and March. We're looking at some spiritual psychotherapy going on, where you're going to be letting go of things from your past that are holding you back. That's exciting. I know it doesn't sound exciting. It might sound like the same thing as cleaning out your closet, but we've got to, so that we can have more room. We have to let the old go so that we can welcome the new. And that's a part of prosperity secret anyway. All right. So here we are in April, and the card is focus on service. This is something the angels taught me a long time ago, that when you feel nervous, focus on service. And they said that when we feel nervous, it's because we're in our ego, and there's this part of us that's worried about me, I, what if I can't do it? What if I'm the one who's the exception? What about me? What about me? And they said when we focus on service, then we open up to the thou, which is me plus you plus everyone who are one. And that's the thou energy. That's from the higher self. Whenever we're working from our ego, things don't work well. It's a drag. The ego's a drag. There's an adage that says the ego is not your amigo, and it's true. And the higher self is your true self. That's who God created, perfect, whole, and complete. You are perfect, whole, and complete right now, and so is every situation in your life. So is your body, so is your mind, so is your heart. And the more that we can focus on that higher perspective, the better everything goes through the law of attraction. And so this card says, your soul desires only to joyfully serve and to swim in a constant state of bliss. This stream continuously feeds you everything that you need. Put your entire focus upon staying in this stream of giving and receiving. We can't just give, because that's draining if you don't allow yourself also to receive. In every situation and in all that you do. So if you want to create a life purpose, let's say that you are concerned about the environment and you want to do something, this card speaks of action. It says don't wait until you're hired with a formal job or till the end of your college career. Do it now. Do something now. Focus on service. And say the Lord, the prayer of St. Francis, Lord, make me an instrument of my peace, of your peace every morning. And you'll get those divine assignments, and you'll get opportunities and people and situations coming to you who are exactly aligned with what your purpose is and what your prayer is. Okay, so that was April. So April is a lot about giving and receiving, giving and receiving. Remember the important part, to balance giving and receiving. Well, we've got a wedding in May. Is that yours? Now, the wedding can be literal. It could mean that you're meeting the special someone. It could mean you're getting engaged, or the nuptials themselves. May is a month of weddings, as is June. But usually this card also has to do with what they call the mystical marriage, or the sacred marriage, where you marry yourself, all the different parts of yourself, through self-acceptance. And more than self-acceptance, self-love. Now let's see what the card says. The card says, marriage is the union of two souls joined in love, mutual respect, and commitment. It signifies a desire to deepen love over time. Your wedding day is a testament to your well-founded faith in love's power. Continually breathe life into that faith and love, dearest one. So the card is speaking to love. And those of you who are my single friends, May looks like a very good month for you, darling. And it could be that you meet someone at a wedding. So do accept all those invitations you get. All right, let's take a look at June. June, this is beautiful for June. Fresh air. Now, I know my friends in the Southern Hemisphere, my good friends down in Australia and New Zealand and Tasmania and such, that's starting to be the winter. But it's still important to go outside and get some fresh air. It says your body needs refreshment from oxygenated, I can say that, air generated by grass and trees and plants and flowers. Spend time outside today as near to Mother Nature's cradle, I love that, as possible. Open your curtains and your windows to refresh your home as well. So June is really about expansion. This card right here, the fresh air card, means to move outside of yourself, move outside of your comfort zone. So it's not only going outside and connecting with nature, which is so important, and doing the environmental work that you're guided to do, but the card also means to break free of your comfort zone. Instead of staying in little routine, and this is safe, go outside that comfort zone. Break free. So June looks like a really good month to start a new business, to start a new venture, start new school, anything where your interests are guiding you to go and it feels a little intimidating, do it. Just do it. And you'll be glad that you did. All right, let's take a look at July. July. This is beautiful. What do you desire? It's asking. A lot of times people will ask me angel reading question of what do God and the angels want me to do? And there are times in our lives that before we came in this body, we set out a certain program for ourselves, a certain path for ourselves. But there's other parts of our lives that are not pre-scripted or predestined. Remember, predestiny involved your own free will before you got here. It wasn't thwarted upon you. But this is a part of your life. July will be an open-ended month where you get to decide what's happening. They're also saying that as you listen to your own inner guidance, that you have more charge over your destiny, over your life. It looks like you may have been giving away your power a bit too much to others, and it's time to pull back on those reins and take the power back for yourself. Are you someone who says, if it weren't for you, I could be happy. If it wasn't for this, I could be happy? Stop blaming. Stop looking outside yourself for the excuses why you're not happy, and take back your own power. Are you looking to others for permission to do what it is you know you need to do, like go back to school or change jobs or move? Stop giving away your power. Take your own power. What do you desire, darling? This card I love because it's got an angel outside, and I always find that if you sit outside, especially near a very powerful, mature tree, I love sitting with my back against a tree and a pad of paper and a pen, no electronics, just that pure energy of a paper and a pen, and just listen to your soul, to your higher self, to God, and ask that question, what do I desire? And maybe you don't even know, but you might know what you don't desire. Start with that. What don't I want? And you can write that down. The card says you now have the opportunity to write the script. There we go, write. According to your heart's true desires. So July gives you this golden opportunity to make something happen in a big way. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they will rush into your life as if by magic. And that's so true. I've gotten that message so many times, that when we have wishy-washy wishes or unclear wishes, the results that we get are unclear and wishy-washy. But when we're crystal clear, that's when things move and shake. Now, it's important to distinguish between outlining and having a clear decision. Outlining is when you say to God, give me this lottery ticket. I want to win this lottery. Once I win the lottery, then I'll open my healing center. That's outlining. That's telling God how to answer your prayers. You want to be a healer? It might happen in a different way than the lottery, darling. Don't let the ego tell you that a lack of money or a seeming lack of time is the reason you're not doing what your soul desires. Just do it. Remember, it's action, even if it seems illogical. Even if it's before you're ready. A long time ago, the angels told me, because I was also procrastinating, doing the work, thinking, well, first I need to pay off my bills, first I need to do this, and they said, first you take action on your soul's desires, and then the rest will come. They said I had it backwards. So I'm going to impart that to you in case that's helpful to you. And remember the wonderful phrase by Sheldon Kopp that helped me to finish my first book. It said, I've never begun any important venture for which I felt adequately prepared. What it means is you won't feel ready. You'll never feel ready to do what you come here to do. The ego is trying to keep you from it. The ego is saying, stop, 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 don't do it, don't save the world. So waiting till you feel ready ain't gonna happen, my friend. We have to do it before we feel ready, and then the readiness catches up to us. I know I'm telling you a lot, but I'm excited about this year, and I'm trying to give you the formula to make it happen for you. All right. Okay, look at this. This is the theme of 2015's reading so far. Here we come in August. It says, let your past go. They're telling me that it's like peeling the layers of an onion. That one layer of your past, you let it go, and here comes another layer. Here comes another layer. They're saying this even goes into past lifetimes. Past lifetimes, that ancient memories, which you can ask God and the angels to help you to release and let go in all directions of time, and that helps you. It says, the burden of carting around your past has made you very tired and weary. Dear one, it's time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love and leave everything else behind. You don't want it, you don't need it, and it's now gone. Gone. Let your past go, okay? I know it's easier said than done. You've got heavenly help. Ask for help. And if you need human help, there's support groups. There's 12-step groups, which I love. They're free of charge, and many of them are online. There's wonderful therapists out there with a spiritual perspective. Yoga classes. There's a lot of studies that show that they help in letting go of past trauma. Healthy eating definitely helps. You can do it. Action. All right. So that was August. Now we come to September. This is going to be interesting. September, I always think of as the month of going back to school. When I was a kid, we'd get the summer off and we'd go back to school around September 6th. And so look at this. It's going to be a life lesson month for us, school month for us, September. It says blessings in disguise. It says what appears to be a problem is actually part of your answered prayer. An example would be that, and I'm not saying this is specifically for you, but it's a common example. Let's say that you can't stand your job and you're praying for a better job, and you're getting this message to update your resume, to join network support groups, to make phone calls, but you say you don't have time for this and you don't have confidence, and you're praying to have improvements in your job or a better job. Boom! You lose your job. And again, not self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm not saying that you will. But this is common. I see this a lot. People who want to leave their jobs and they don't take the action they're guided, the universe does it for you and takes the job away. And it appears to be a problem. You go, oh no, how will I pay the bills? And it's a blessing in disguise because you should have done that a long time ago, and now you are being pushed to go in the direction that you need to go. So the month of September says that you'll understand the reasons behind your present situation as everything resolves and progresses. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayer in the best way. Okay, so September has got some life lessons. Don't let it scare you. Remember to put a shield around yourself. Remember to continuously ask the question, what's the blessing? What's the lesson within this situation? Especially if you have repeating situations. What's the blessing? What's the lesson? Okay, September, now we're going to get to October. Ooh, I like this. And look, it's even October colors for the Northern Hemisphere. Energy work. Energy work. And the card says life can be electrifying because in its very essence, life is energy. Everything's energy. It says your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments. Your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. So consider in October getting some energy work done, perhaps getting a massage, having someone do some pranic healing, qigong, reiki, energy healing on you, perhaps taking classes on energy work, or perhaps even opening your own energy healing practice. This also means healing energy in everything you're doing. So even if you work in a corporate environment, bringing in that healing energy helps everything to shift in a positive way. You can bring in healing energy just by asking for it. It's really just a matter of being aware of it and then directing that in a way that's positive and life affirming. So October is going to be very electric. And it feels like when I tune into that, what that also means is that things are going to be fast moving and accelerated. So you ask for something, boom, it's here. So be careful in October, especially what you think about and what you ask for. And watch how instant manifestations occur. It's beautiful, isn't it? Let's take a look at, ooh, here's November. You're going to like this. Here's our 8-month shower of abundance. I love this beautiful painting by our friend Marius Michael George, the beautiful angel, and coins of gold are being showered on you. It's shower of abundance. And so a lot of this they're saying is because of all the good work you did this year, and also in October, where you really upped your positive energy, and look at what happens as a result. It really is, I know it sounds so simple. The ego can't stand anything that's simple. The ego wants to complicate everything and make it all like exotic formulas. And it's not complicated. It's really simple. You've heard it from so many teachers going back to Socrates, Plato, Jesus, that think positive and positive things will happen to you. And it's true. We can't afford to wallow around in gossip or even celebrity gossip or drama. That stuff is toxic. Blech! Get it out of your life. Stay in the positive sphere and rewards are yours. And abundance, as you allow yourself to receive it, you have more to spare. One of the things that we love doing is writing checks to our favorite charities and donating to causes near and dear to our hearts. So shower of abundance isn't just about you, and it can be many different forms of abundance too. It's about you finally getting confidence, about having that feeling like you've got security, because I know a lot of people who've got plenty of financial wealth, but they still feel insecure. So it's not about how much money is in your bank account, it's that feeling of security. It's an abundance of love, an abundance of health, an abundance of energy and time, etc. It's coming to you. November is really the cornucopia month. It's beautiful because that's in North America. It's the month of Thanksgiving. And so the card says, to heal your financial situation, first give us to heaven your worries concerning money. So if you have worries about money, let's take in a deep breath. And on the exhale, I give these worries to you, Lord. It says that heaven will guide you in order to show you how to create and accept abundance. Now, accept is interesting because there's some people who've got low self-esteem and guilt, who it comes to them, the abundance, and then they get rid of it right away, one way or another. So accepting abundance is part of it, knowing that you, like all of us, deserve it, and it's okay for you to be secure and to have abundance. And as heaven and you work together, your financial situation will heal. This is an interesting key phrase, as fast as you will allow it to. As your financial situation will heal as fast as you will allow it to. If you will allow it to, there's instant manifestation for you. And it's about getting that buzzing fly, called the ego, out of the way, because the ego thinks it's too weird to have instant manifestation happen. It's not, it's natural. This 3D physical world, and that's the world of money and stuff, it's an illusion. And so in illusions, just like in dream time, anything can happen. But again, for most of us with abundance, it's not just sitting there praying and then boom, everything's healed. There's action steps involved. And God tells us clearly what action steps to take. I was told to write books. What are you told to do? And I didn't believe I could do it, and maybe you don't believe you can do it. That's our egos. Our egos say that we're not ready yet, blah, 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 blah. The ego's just blah, blah, blah. Look at December. I love this. Assertiveness. Assertiveness is one of my favorite words. You know, I wrote the book, that Assertiveness for Earth Angels, about the difference between assertiveness and aggression, because they're so completely different energies. Assertiveness is about being honest about your feelings, about being truthful with yourself, first of all, with God, and with others. And assertiveness is December. It's about you being in your power. I'm excited for you. And it might be because you feel secure. Because November was about that cornucopia of abundance coming into you, and you're feeling secure, and you've worked all year, all 2015, on letting go of your past, forgiving yourself, taking good care of yourself. And here it says, this situation can be healed gently with love, because the heart of assertiveness is love, as you've requested, yet there's also a need for your strength and truthfulness with the other people involved. We will stand, we angels will stand right behind you as you speak your truth, giving you strength and guiding your words. Hallelujah. I can see this as a world where people speak up. I can see this as a world where the people of the universe speak up to corporations and governments and say enough to corruption and deceit. I can see this as a world where the assertiveness says, we want our world to be clean. We want clean organic foods. We want to have a education system that's built upon real need for learning. We want media that covers the truth instead of something that their sponsors pay them to report. I can see all of us standing up assertively and saying the truth instead of being afraid, is it okay for me to say this? I can really see us standing up this year because after all, it is a year of action. So what a beautiful healing year we have ahead of us. It's not that we're going to just be sitting there and lying on our bed and everything's hunky-dory. There's going to be things that happen. There's going to be a bit of a roller coaster. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but I want to tell you that the seatmates you have with you on the roller coaster are angels. So it's not that you pray for a completely monotonous year, but that you pray for a peaceful year. And peaceful means that you can handle anything that happens, that you don't get hooked into other people's dramas, that you send them love. You remember the phrase, not my circus, not my monkeys. If someone's got an addiction to drama and they keep trying to pull you in, that's their circus, that's their monkeys, it's not yours. That you remember to take good care of yourself. Schedule it in every day, in ink, non-optional, exercise, eating well, getting enough sleep, praying and meditating. You need to take care of yourself, darling. We need you. And by you taking care of yourself, you do such a good role modeling for your children to take care of themselves. Our children watch us as to how we deal with stress. If we turn to drugs or zoning out in front of the TV endlessly or other addictions to deal with stress, our children will continue that unhealthful pattern. But if we show our children through example that there's healthy ways to deal with life stress, such as exercise, such as meditating, such as going outside, such as being assertive, then our children will learn this lesson, because children learn by watching what we do. And I want to tell you that I have such hope in my heart for you for this year. And yes, it's going to be some work. In some ways, you may work harder than ever this year, putting those ideas into action. But the work will be joyful work. It won't even feel like work. You'll wake up in the morning, you'll say, yippee, I get to do this again. So this is the year of an abundance of infinite joy for you and for me. Make your life matter. Make your life a masterpiece. Make each second and each minute of this year count. Whether you're resting, whether you're playing, or whether you're working, make it count. I know you can do it. I am sending you so much love. All my prayers for you and your loved ones. Angel blessings. And please say it with me, my friend. Aloha. Mwah.